this is the summer book tag. I saw this tag on Elizabeth Page's channel and it just looked like so much fun, so I decided to join in. I'll put a link to her video down below as well as the original tag. The first one is Lemonade, a book that started off bitter but got better. For this one, I chose A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. When I was reading this, I really wasn't enjoying it for probably about the first, 80 pages. I thought it was really slow and I just wasn't really liking Feyre, and it was a lot with her family then, and it wasn't grabbing me. But then, once I made it past that point, I couldn't put it down. I stayed up all night and finished it, and I hadn't done that for a while with a book, not that I can remember. So it was really good, just took a bit to get into. Now I absolutely love the world. I find it so interesting, so I can't wait to continue on. Next is Golden Sun, a book that made you smile beyond compare. This one was such an easy choice. It was the first book I thought of for this, and that is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. I honestly, just when I think about this book, I just smile because when I was reading it, I was just smiling the whole time, especially the last 20 pages. I think I was just grinning the whole time. And Cricket Bell, and how can you not smile when you think of Cricket Bell? Next is Tropical Flower, a book set in a foreign country. For this one, I chose The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adi. This book's setting and just world is so gorgeous. I've said this time and time again. It's just the most enchanting world. It's so different from anything else. This story is set in the Middle East, and just hearing about all the architecture and the food that they eat and everything is just it's so perfectly described. You feel like you're right there. I had never read a book in this setting before, and at first it was jarring. I didn't understand some words, which there's a helpful little glossary in the back I did not know about until I was almost done with this, so check that out. And just her descriptions, once you're 30 or 40 pages in, you're just so immersed in the world, and it's so beautiful. I cannot get over it. I think about this book all the time. It's just so gorgeous. Next is Tree Shade, a book in which a mysterious, shady character was first introduced. For this one, I chose what I think is the ultimate shady character, and that is Snape from the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I just feel like Snape was such before the last book came out, it was the number one question, is Snape good or is he bad? And even still, there's still arguments, is he good, isn't he? And I truly don't even know, when I think about it. He had a greater good picture, but he was a real jerk, and you never knew what he was thinking. You thought he was good, you thought he was bad. He was always doing super shady things and just always playing his part perfectly, on both sides. So you never really knew if he was on our side or if he was on Voldemort's side. Next is Beach Sand, a book that was grainy and the plot barely developed. For this one, I'm gonna go with Allegiant by Veronica Roth. Now, when I read Divergent, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so good. Near the ending, I thought it was really rushed, and I don't know. But the beginning of it, I loved. I really liked Tris in that book. I liked Four a lot. And then Insurgent, I thought, I don't know. I thought maybe it was just the middle book. I had a hard time. It didn't really, I didn't love it as much. I just thought it was kind of tedious to get through. But I was thinking you know what? Allegiant is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be such a good book. So I got Allegiant. And with Allegiant, it wasn't even the ending. It wasn't even that. It was just the whole plot of it. I didn't really follow it. The science and the genetics part didn't really make sense to me. The Divergent thing was a letdown. Tris and Four, the POV part, I never knew which one was talking. I always had to flip back to the beginning of the chapter and check. I just feel that book, I wanted so much more from it. Next is Green Grass, a character that is full of life. For this one, I chose Jace from The Boy Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. In this book, what I loved is the Garretts, which Jace is a family member of the Garretts who live next door to Samantha, and they're a huge family. They have, I think it's 8 kids. Yeah, I think it's 8 kids, and Jace is one of the older kids, and he's just so easygoing and so likable, and he really opens Samantha up out of her shell, and I just love his relationship with his younger brothers and sisters, and with his older sister Alice. I just think it's so cute. It was such a fun read. Yeah, he was just such a good character. Samantha, I don't know, I thought she was alright, but I thought Jace was a great character, and so full of life. Next is Watermelon, a book that has juicy secrets. For this, I chose The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This book is so many secrets in it, especially because you start out and you don't know who is the assassin and who is the prince, which I thought was awesome. I loved that about this book. I had a little notepad next to me when I would read, and I would make predictions at the end of each chapter. If I thought it changed, like who was who, and I ended up guessing right, which I was super excited about. But I just thought it was so fun. Like, you learn so many new things with each chapter. Like, you think like, oh, okay, now, yeah, I got that twist. And then, nope, like a chapter later, something else and something else. So it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a great summer read because it kind of mixed like mystery with like a YA romance and, you know, fantasy. It packed a lot into one story. And I'm really excited to read The Heart of Betrayal in the next month. Sun Hat, a book that has a vast, big universe. For this, I picked a repeat and I went with Harry Potter again. The universe is just so full and well thought out, and while we're in like a pretty small area, we're just in England and then Hogwarts, but you learn so much more about like Beauxbatons and Durmstrang, and just everything is so well thought out. Like their sports, what they do for fun, their shops, what they eat, what they listen to. There's just so many things. And especially now being able to go to the parks, it's just like stepping into my dream world when I was like a 7 or 8 year old. And it's just like, oh, it gives you all the feels and almost makes you cry. And it's the most magical thing ever. So yes, definitely Harry Potter. And lastly, Barbecue, a book in which a character is portrayed as a hunk. For this, I chose Josh from Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. When I was reading this, I had such a crush on Josh. He's just like, oh, he is the cutest character. I love that we got to see him in Anna and the French Kiss, and he was like very mysterious, and you didn't really know what was going on with him. But then in this, you get to find out so much more, and you get to see him with another character who's so perfectly paired with him. Just all the things he says are adorable. When he gets like a little jealous at first, it's so cute. It's not in like, it's never in a malicious, like hard to read way. It's just in a, oh, that's so cute way. And yeah, I love that he was an artist in this, and just hearing about all the pictures he was drawing and wanting to go to comic school. And yes, I thought he was absolutely perfect. So definitely a hunk. Alright, that is it for this tag. I thought it was a lot of fun, especially since we're in the middle of summer. I cannot believe like we're halfway through July already. That's crazy. So if you would like to do this tag, just feel free to do it, and I tag these people. But if anyone else wants to join in, please feel free to do it and let me know if you participated. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye!